Two-day African Critical Minerals Summit 2026 taking place in Johannesburg. The summit brings together leaders to explore strategic opportunities in the mining sector, vital to the global green economy, such as lithium, cobalt, rare earth elements and more. SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi is in Johannesburg and joins us live with the very latest. A very good morning to you, Katlego. Most certainly a timely summit because many have been talking about beneficiation, which speaks to critical minerals, essentially. So just talk us through what exactly is expected to take place or the kind of discussions expected to take place at this summit.
Most definitely. A very good morning to you, Mfundo, and to our viewers at home. You're right. The conversations here are very timely when you look at the issues of critical minerals and how we are told that these minerals are really a buzzword globally in terms of how then they can come through to shape the future of energy transition in the continent and most definitely globally. And here we are having all of those role players in the mining space, government officials, the private sector. They are here under the theme Unlocking African Prosperity where critical minerals are concerned. This particular event here in its fourth installment, and this is where they're now talking about moving some of those talks to action in terms of ensuring as well that there is a consolidated approach to critical minerals. So here we'll have the Department of Petroleum and Mineral Resources that will come through, various of the mining companies that are here as well, those that will push for exploration on the ground here as well, and some activists as well that will add their voice where this a drive to critical minerals is concerned. And we are told as well that this is where those critical minerals are located on the African continent. We are well endowed with those critical minerals, and as we talk about going green and the energy transition, these particular conversations here become important in terms of coming through with a strategy so that we are not left behind, but we get to benefit from these critical minerals. I'm going to bring into the conversation with us this morning Mr. Fred Arendse, who is a mining entrepreneur, but also the president of the Junior Mining Council, who will just give us a sense of, as junior miners, what is it that you're looking forward to, and how does this unlocking prosperity where critical minerals look, where your eyes or your bird view is concerned. Welcome to the SABC, Mr. Arendse.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Yes, I think this is one of the few installments. It's not the first time that we're having this conference, and I think judging from the amount of delegates that I've seen this morning, it's a substantial increase of people, and that shows the interest in respect of this topic. You've mentioned, yes, Africa, in particular South Africa as well, is well endowed with critical minerals. This is not new to our continent, it's not new to South Africa, but we've also seen, a big focus in unlocking that value. And I'm pleased to say that we're moving slowly in the right direction, but yes, there's still more work to be done. And today and tomorrow, we're going to focus on funding. How do we best fund? How do we best explore these critical minerals, and how do we expedite, these discoveries and ultimately moving them into production? Because if you can move it into production, then you will unlock prosperity. But production starts with exploration, and I'm quite pleased that a lot of the topics today and tomorrow will be focusing on that with all the stakeholders that's here today.
And beneficiation from source as well becomes very important in ensuring as well that there's jobs that are created from this critical minerals boom. But you are going to be attending and facilitating the session around licensing. Maybe give us a sense of how important would licensing be, and just harmonizing some of these strategies coming from different countries on the continent.
Yes. In the South African context, yes, we've been experiencing some of the challenges in terms of licensing. The government has moved to this new cadastral system. It's been taking a little bit slow, but we've seen some signs of seriousness and some signs of urgency. Because as you know, you can unlock the capital, you can unlock the minerals, but you have to go through a licensing process. And when you experience challenges, in that environment, then it effectively, slow you down in terms of bringing project into production. But I'm going to speak in particular is how do we solve these problems, notwithstanding the challenge that we're having. So I will be dealing, in my session, today of how best to unlock, how do we support, the government, the DMRE, to ensuring that we have a transparent system that will, unlock investments, but also provide provide some certainty in terms of licensing, because you cannot have a situation when you make an application and it takes you 2-3 years. I mean, you will lose your capital that you've raised. And the intention is to expedite that, making sure we have a transparent, robust, and an efficient, licensing system. And I'll be dealing with that today.
All right, all the best, Mr. Fred Arendse, joining us here as the president of the Junior Mining Council. And you hear that these conversations are very important, Mfundo, in terms of where South Africa and strategically the continent would be in the issue of critical minerals. Later on, we'll receive keynote addresses, but the program really just getting underway.